Hello and welcome to the Real Life Show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jonathan. This is a segment where we get to talk about real issues, real topics, and we get the real answers. So, yeah, I bring you experts, I bring you pros, pundits, yes, people who are deep in certain issues of life. And today we are simply talking about success. What do I need to do for me to be successful in life? Seated next to me is a legendary personality, a life coach, a TV personality, and are you a businessman?
Over 30 years now.
He's a businessman?
Yeah.
Yes,
An
business.
entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's the word. So we are simply talking about success.
Yeah.
Sir, let's just delve right into
Yeah.
it. What is success, first of all, according to your definition?
I don't even like the question. I don't like the question because I think it's one of those very popular questions. I think the question is like happiness. What is happiness? Happiness, what is love? Love. So there are terms in life that don't actually exist. Well, the words do. But their true meaning is the culmination of things. What is a cake? You can't define a cake. You can't experience a cake until the ingredients arrive and they experience through a process. So without the process being experienced and without ingredients being governated in a certain manner and process, the cake does not exist. So some definitions cannot be done without instrumenting the ingredients that form the end of that process, such as baking a cake. And so what is success? Success, people perceive it generally and share it in conversations and in education as the very end of a journey that one embarks to realize. To realize means to make appear, means to make visible, is to make manifest. So the manifestation of a house that you've been desiring to build or buy becomes a success.
Yes.
Or maybe the acquisition of the said house is a success. So success really is about achievement, it's about accomplishment, it's about realization, it's about acquisition, it's about arriving, graduating, and so forth. In real sense, in a simple best way to really put it, I think success is easier understood for me and many others, that it is simply getting that thing you wanted to do done, or seeing what you wanted to see at the end of the so-called tunnel seen. I think that's a good way of seeing it in a simple, good and healthy, practical way for many of us.
Wow, that's the most brilliant answer I've ever heard.
It better be. It better be, boss.
Okay, so what are the fundamentals for one to be successful in life? The basic foundations that one needs to have, or things that they need to do, or tools, I don't know what to call them, for them to be successful in life, according to you.
And I think those things, they vary deeply, because if success is based on the thing you're trying to achieve or to do or to realize, therefore the thing you're trying to realize versus you, the person trying to realize that thing, or the thing you're trying to achieve versus you who wants to become the achiever of that goal, the house you're trying to build, then the person, you yourself, who's trying to build this house, the interaction between these two aspects, the end of the tunnel and you walking that journey to the end of the tunnel, must be measured. And in between this end, success, and you here, where you are, must be this distance. So this distance you shall walk, or the journey you shall take, is a mission to the end point. The end point, which you call success, is that picture you have in your mind, also called a vision. So the success you have envisioned is at the end of a journey called a mission. So when you define your mission statement, working towards your vision every day, achieving few pixels. Pixels are little dots in a photograph or video. And then when pixels are enough, the picture becomes complete, and that is the realization of that vision. That vision means pixels of blocks, sand, water, labor, electricity, and all the things required for the house to be visible, for you to say, I have built a house. All the things put together does or do create the vision to become complete, because now we can see there's a house, but actually it's just sand. When you think about it in material sense, it's just water and rocks. There is no house. People live inside mounds of dusts and dried up water. There's nothing else. That's all we call houses. There's nothing special. And of course, glass, it has its own stories. So a vision is what you will have created out of all these things put together and processed in a certain manner, in a certain direction. And so what are the fundamentals that will establish the success or make you achieve the success you desire to achieve or realize? It therefore depends. Yeah. And this is some of the things we often make a mistake in life, to impose specific attributes that will make a particular person become successful at anything or at something. It is never about you achieving a specific thing in your specific area of interest at all. There must be a sense of assessment and measurement as to whether what you're trying to achieve is sensible, is feasible, and all that, and relevant sometimes. Why am I saying so? It's because every human being is born with certain attributes of abilities, and our experiences also prepare us for other things. And in some cases, these experiences fail us. They deplete our capacities, they defy our ability to grow, our means of movement, and so forth. And in the end, we fail to become the better versions of ourselves. And when it arrives years later that we want to do that thing, achieve this goal, we are so passionate, and motivational speakers tell us every day, you can make it, we are
do it.
Born to win. That's why I'm not a motivational speaker. and all that. And people say, yeah, I'm born to win, yeah, I can make it, with the doubt in their heart, like, I've never made it. Well, I've never made it, but they're saying I can. And so you push yourself to try to do this thing. But in the end, you don't really, do as good and as well as you would wish. The reasons are that, we can't all do everything. And this is what motivational speakers don't tell us. They tell us that we can actually do everything.
We can do anything.
And part of this statement is, maybe we shouldn't do everything. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'll be glad not to be able to kill a person. It's not really an ability, but I'll be glad to be in that category, for example. But I think it's important to learn more about yourself than to merely aspire. There's many weaknesses in merely desiring without understanding yourself, because the greatest foundation is self-knowledge, or knowledge of self, or knowledge about yourself.
Yes.
Self-awareness is one of the greatest gifts, because it's like when we teach on emotional intelligence, we don't talk about understanding. We don't only talk about the understanding of other people's emotions and how to deal with them. But also your own emotions.
Yes.
In fact, not also, but mainly. Because
yes.
it is in knowing yourself that you get to learn and understand others. When you say, I also get angry sometimes, you will understand other people in their anger. When you see that other people are crying, and you've been there yourself, you understand them better because you've been in tears before. So experiences of whether you've done this or not, but understanding your version of humanity is a starting point. In success, you must know, the engineer who pursues that goal towards success. And that engineer is you.
Self-awareness.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And I always tell people that go to church, I think they call themselves Christians, I'm being real here, that don't rush to point at God and think that it's not your business. It's, if God winning, and then, these are nice statements, right? But many times people substitute themselves. I don't know how the English goes. They remove themselves and they place God in their shoes. And they believe that that is spiritualism, that is Christianity, that is being a good son and daughter of God. It's wrong. There are things that you must do, that you must use your brain, you must use your heart. You must be responsible, you must be productive. Don't wait for God to bring bread on your table. It's something that you and I can do. I think the cross did quite a good job already. Yeah, and that is important, because in many times people run away from answering questions and taking the responsibility to give their viewpoint. And so they'll just leave it to God. And that is in their mind, because which contract says that God should be cleaning your house? God has never signed a contract like that. And that's part of it. Learning to understand yourself is one of the greatest things that you get. And this sounds like it's a simple thing. It's just me, I like this, I like to dress like this. No, that's not even yourself. That's a photocopy version of yourself. Knowing yourself is way deeper than the things we wear, the things we see. Because trust me, we only bought what we bought to put on our bodies because we found it available in the shop, and maybe they were desired earlier and they were also affordable. So many factors that have nothing to do with you and me. Knowing ourselves is way greater and way deeper than merely simply knowing our name and our tribe and what. It's not a 5 minutes job. Knowing yourself is developing attitudes that concentrate on your life, your living, your lifestyle every day. What you think, how you think, when you see something, how you react, how you speak with people, who you offend, how they reach back to you, how you interact with society, and how your mind works around money. When you receive money, you go drink. If you can't see that, then you're doomed, because that's what it is to know yourself. But knowing yourself cannot be read in a book. It is lifestyle. You know yourself, job on trading. You have to learn about yourself while you're walking with that life of yours you call me, myself, and I. If you cannot do that, then you miss the total point altogether. I don't know if we're on the same track, perhaps right track, or left track, or you don't drive a truck. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is master for you. I got one point there: self-awareness, knowing yourself. He can speak for many hours on that, I could tell, because he got deeper and deeper and deeper, and I was almost lost. But ladies and gentlemen,
you're just a lost child. Don't point at me. And lost child, dude.
Real life insights with Master here, and that's what we do. We just bring you the best, and we are factual. Yes, facts of life, topics of life. These are life transforming topics. Keep watching the Real Life Insights. God bless you and stay safe.